All right. Good morning. Welcome to another Wednesday Soulcalibur run. Hopefully today we can get that elusive sub 3, feeling good about it. Let's go ahead and sortie. We'll definitely save some time over last run from the beginning because I made sure that everybody was all prepped up.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
All right, that battle started.
Final battle. Fight.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
About 33 seconds to take this down.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
It looks like I won today.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should... It looks like I got lucky.
Okay. All right. Okay, pretty average time overall. I could have lost about a second trying to fiddle with settings over here. Not a huge deal.
Battle 1. Fight!
You should really give up.
Final battle. Fight!
You should really give up. It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
Okay, those fights were okay. Now with the third person, this goes down a lot quicker. 25 seconds. Main reason why the tutorial is longer than the first two Chronicles is simply having 2 people versus 3. Having more characters to speed up taking down everything makes quite a bit of difference.
Battle.
Now it is true we do have to take down one more stronghold on the tutorial than Chronicle 1, but we also have to deal with this cutscene in Chronicle 1, so... And stronger enemies
Good
that
luck
don't
to
die
you.
in 2 hits.
Fight with all your might, as I will.
Battle 1. Fight!
You should really give up.
So far everything's cooperating, which is nice.
Battle 2. Fight!
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
Very good Chronicle 1.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight!
You should really give up. It was a decent match.
There aren't actually all that many defense down strongholds in the game. This is one of them technically, but you really hardly notice it. Since it's very early on, you only have a couple of relatively easy to kill enemies. They're not super aggressive.
Decisive battle.
Almost half the Chronicle is just the final fight. Include taking down the Stronghold, it is the final Stronghold to fight, which actually makes sense, but...
You are strong. One day, you will succeed in life. Of course, only if you manage to defeat me.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I got lucky.
Okay, nice to have a couple of good early Chronicles and not people hitting me and almost killing me in the first couple. Nice, another gold.
Final battle. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I got lucky.
I've been getting lucky. Normally when we say something bodes, it bodes ill. It is foreboding. But this is a rare situation where we have something that bodes very well indeed, having a good start to our competition here.
I am the victor of this match.
Decisive battle. Watch. Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. Goodbye. You should take better care of your life.
Alright, by moving over to my main character here, a simple R1 will take me to my second character, and thence another to my third. Get them moving immediately. And then after this, another R1 will go to my main character after she is done taking down this stronghold.
Decisive battle.
We should be roughly halfway done, which... about, yeah.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Loki, the name of the Norse god of mischief, is pretty good name for a thief brigand. Of course, the name is ever more appropriate now than it was at the time, now that Loki has become a well-known figure thanks to the MCU.
You should really give up. It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
The main thing I need to do that I'm looking for to accomplish in this speed run in order to get my sub 3 is to make sure that Chronicle 20 goes well as completing all the previous things that I've done pretty decently. And that is make sure that my main character is about 48 when we start Chronicle 20, so she will survive all the way to the end. So I don't have to restart the Chronicle and get extra EXP. Two minutes to do these 3 fights and cutscenes, and the load. Live by the sword, live a good long time.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 3. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
Chester is the first character to have a special weapon, one you can't normally buy in a shop, and he has it in all 3 of his appearances, the Kingslayer dagger there. Very appropriately named, considering his goals and everything. Gerardo and Abelia, the first time you fight them, just have generic weapons, not the more powerful ones you have when you fight them in their final battles, their second fights, which are it for them. Kind of interesting that those 2 you fight in the first 2 Chronicles, then they join you for a while, and then you don't fight them until late in the game the second time. While most of your other rivals you meet quickly, although the last Chester is also next to last after you think you've dealt with him. Holy cow, these fights are going fantastic. And I'm executing perfectly well as well. Okay, now we can go all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Fortify this up.
Final battle, fight!
You should really give up. It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
Now Luna's going to start this fight herself, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's go to Michiko so then I can R1 over to her. Oh no, she's inside the stronghold. Okay. That's rather unusual for her to remain there. Very slightly going to slow down this Chronicle, but not by a huge amount. It means that I have to reorder all three of them instead of just her, but it's not really a big deal.
Decisive battle.
As long as the whirlwind doesn't make the fight with Luna too bad, which this is not a strong whirlwind. Normally the strength of the strongholds is determined by its level, but there's also a just unspoken but pretty obvious presence that the later into the game you get, the stronger the missions get. They do have a,
Certainly a handful.
I guess,
I'll
relatively
remember your
appropriately sliding difficulty
As you
scale
are the
with that.
only one who has provided a worthy challenge.
Luna also has her normal unique weapon, Dystopia. Okay, good. Decent enough fight there.
A decent match.
Okay, I want to move about when the bar reaches the X, I think.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight!
You should really give up.
Fights continue to be pretty perfect.
I'm sorry, but I must move on.
So this will be about average. My best and PB are really close together, so again, lost a tiny bit of time with Luna doing that, but I might still get a timer. The other small thing I need to be on the lookout for is when characters join. Yep, slightly better than my PB, but not gold there, but still 30 seconds ahead at this point is very nice. slightly messing up there. Not having faith in the buttons to work, even though they're working perfectly. Alright. If lack of experience still causes me a few problems in Chronicle 20, if ensuring that my dancer has enough experience still means that I might lose one of my other characters in the last two fights, one thing I can look at doing to make up for all the battles I skip is to take a couple of quick Soulcalibur fights, and this is one that I could take right here with Ivy. It'd be a slightly longer one because she has good blocking ability and high defense, and I'm low level, but it would just be a really short
Final battle. Fight.
what's what I'm looking for? Detour to pick up over 1,000 experience.
Listen, I just can't afford to lose.
Now send you to attack that, and that'll work perfectly fine. Of course, this is one I'd prefer not to do, actually, because it would include fighting Rowan as well, if I was to go for it. So probably not Ivy. The other one I was thinking of is in the next Chronicle, Chronicle 6 with Lizard Man. That's a very, very, very quick detour, just outside the stronghold I take in the middle with Loopy.
Battle 1. Fight.
And that would earn me enough XP
You should really give up.
to gain a
Battle 2.
level or two early on.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
Not going to do it this run, but that's something that I'm looking at as a possibility to replace the 7 or 8 I skip in Chronicle 15. Got her going first, then I don't care. It's fine. Would handle that a little better, but oh well.
In final battle. Fight.
You should really give up. It was a decent match.
Yeah, I really don't need to worry about I'm still a little bit too focused on trying to spread EXP, but I think that my general route of just relying mostly on the main character is fine. Good, targeted her fine. Okay, just verify that really quick. 30-ish swings. Definitely a lot less than 30 swings, so yeah, we're fine. It's kind of funny when I try to come up with clever strats that actually don't help or contribute to anything at all. When it turns out the simpler solution just works a lot better, like right here. If I rush out to meet them on the road, then I can start assaulting it quicker and draw more enemies in. Well, it doesn't actually end up helping at all, and then I have to pull him back to avoid taking it later on. Just wait for those three to reach my stronghold, take them out, then move forward, and it works out perfectly for timing to pull away one enemy.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Get out of my...
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 3. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 4. Fight.
You should really give up.
All the fights went perfect until the final one, and it was still
Looks
pretty
like I
good,
won
so
today, but who knows what'll happen next time?
30 seconds, I could gold this. Let's see how the loading time is, but this might actually end up being a gold in the 40-second time save. Rowan has some dialogue we have to spam through. Not quite 40, but 39 seconds with a very minor gold, which, considering that my PP was 5 away. Okay, everybody to 3. Thought they met a little further down. Pretty minor overall, and a minor time save if I get the distance perfectly. I am doing pretty well. So far, the AI has been relatively cooperative. And my execution has been very on point, so going into Chronicle 6, we're looking quite nice. And that's before all my big time saves that I can come up with late. Just needed the R1. That's why I set that up. Oh well. One of the things I've been pondering, if my, one of the things I've been pondering, if my experience in Chronicle 20 is still lacking and causing, I think that as long as I get my Dancer up to 48, I shouldn't die with her and have to restart the Chronicle near the end. But there's still the problem of the other characters being slightly low level, so there's a chance that one of them could die on the last two, which would slow me down a little bit. One of the thoughts I've had to deal with that, if it becomes a problem, is to take a fight like Lizard Man right here. There are a couple
Who
of
knows what'll happen next time?
standing in the middle of nowhere. Now, there aren't too many left, but there are a couple. This one and Rock and the next one would be characters I could just run out and attack to get some experience early if it turns out to be a issue going forward, but we'll see. Otherwise, things are pretty much okay, and this, as I say, this run's going well. So how are you doing this, well, for you, probably evening?
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight. Ring out.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
There we are. Good to hear.
Decisive battle.
So we meet again. Now, it's time to collect on your debt.
Battle 1. Fight. Fight.
You should really give up.
Heard a lot about it.
Battle 2. Fight.
Since it came out, at least, people have been asking my chat if I have anything. If I surprised I am playing it, since almost everybody else is. Come on, AG. Not surprised that AG is the first one to decide to really try to be a hero. I'm not into the Dark Souls games very much, but yeah, that's very true.
Fight.
Kingdom Hearts is about as vicious action RPG as I like to play.
It looks like I got lucky.
And so just, yeah, Dark Souls has never really appealed to me, and Elden Ring is basically the Dark Souls people, so. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I really don't want to torture myself with it, but that's fine. There are plenty of other games to play, even semi-new games. I finally went out and got myself the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster because I was informed there was a mod to restore the original game sprites, which was my thing there. So AG made that be a flat neutral, which is perfectly fine. Slightly scrolled that intro text wrong, but that's okay.
Battle 1. Fight.
Main game of KH2, even on critical difficulty, probably isn't all that hard. The super bosses and such, or going
Battle
to
2.
things at lower levels, so like doing most of the speedrun stuff can be pretty hard because of being under-leveled and not being able to do sufficient damage, but
I'm sorry, but I must move on.
speedruns of Dark Souls would be just as punishing. Which there are Dark Souls is a pretty strong speedrunning community as well. But they master all the things they need to make that go well. Okay, don't care who it is. Mikuni, that's fine. She out. Over there. Okay, we on her. Yeah, there's a reason it's called Nintendo Hard. The Nintendo Hard games were that way
Final battle.
for a reason. Old arcade games were designed that way, though, because they were designed for the arcade. They're designed to eat your quarters. And it took a while before they started realizing that they should change up game difficulty for home release, that they want to get through the video games and see the story and everything. And as, of course, they can add more story to it because of increasing the amount of memory they can put in games to have things like cutscenes and story narration and stuff, that became more and more of a trend. Dark Souls is one of the games infamous for returning to high difficulty. But a lot of fighting games are actually really difficult as well. As tough as some of these battles get in Chronicles of the Sword, and some of them are kind of infamous, for like with the Guardian Force Super Armor. Apart from that, they're relatively tame compared to your classic fighting game arcade styles. I will say that I was never made to cry by a video game, but that's largely because I was such a timid creature that if there was ever a game hard enough to do that, I simply didn't play it. But there were a lot of games that I really loved playing that I could never finish because I was too scared of certain elements of it. Okay, let's see how ice works today. Okay, one down.
Really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
Oh. Oh.
You should really give up.
Okay, I survived.
It looks like
That's
I
the
won
most
today,
important part.
But who knows what'll happen next time?
One of the old ones for me was Dungeon Master, one of the first dungeon crawl focused action RPGs. Had no music, so a silent ambiance meant that when a monster attacked you from behind and let out its scream and your character suddenly takes damage, made it all the more terrifying as they jump out of nowhere. And the fact that because of its simplicity and low programming, there are only 2 animations for creatures, their standing animation and their attacking animation, basically. So as they move, they just move on the blocks by teleporting from block to block, so you never know when they're going to move. So much fun to play, a real grindable kind of game, but so very terrifying when you're a timid person, especially a timid child.
Sorry, but I must move on.
Oh wow, this is going to end up being an ice gold too. And I have 20 seconds to save on this one. Forgetting how to do the opening scroll text. That's a little weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those blobs in the very opening area of Dungeon Master 2. So wacky looking. I don't think she's gonna get that far, actually. Okay, does the slight delay do it? Muriel, are you going top or going bottom? Yes. Okay, so that's how I avoid those 2 paddles. Gigger worms with their cartoony hands coming out of there, but some of the creatures were still really terrifying. I always hated dealing with thieves trying to steal your stuff. Oh god. Looks like Commander is going to make it all the way to the end. Yep.
Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Oh, it didn't go out.
It's over. It's over.
Battle 2. Fight.
It's over. It's over.
Battle 3. Fight.
It's over. It's over.
Yep.
You should take better care of your life.
That's very unusual. The focus I've done on not focusing on people's experience has led number 2 player Kiosuke to have only level 1 still. In a way, I think it is. I didn't play the earlier ones nearly as much, but
Decisive battle.
the Zine games actually do a pretty decent job of giving you a lot of stuff from, you know, the liquid elixirs, the barrels full of liquid that increase your stats, to a lot of quests that give pretty good EXP, and
Battle 1.
even the ways in Dark Side of getting relatively easy gem weapons and armor. Wizardry is pretty rough, especially. Those are the two easier ones to compare because they're a very similar playstyle. Ultima, a little bit less so. Especially since especially the later ones have a lot more, like, town interaction and stuff. But I definitely wouldn't consider Ultima a generous type of game for the most part. Not a whole lot. I mostly just played Ultima 3 and 4. I'd never had any copies of any of the later ones, and my dad was never into Ultima, so after those, you know, he didn't pick up anymore. So mostly my main experiences with 3 or 4, and I played a little bit of the first 2 when I was very young. Because my dad collected almost everything that was available for the Atari XE when... and that was what I played on as a kid before he got a regular semi-modern PC, early 90s, and let me play the ST, so... And even on the ST we had Ultima 4, but that was about it, and Ultima 3. So I don't know how the later ones really shape up. Ultima 3 and 4, besides looking different, of course, were totally different kinds of games. Ultima 3 being a more, you know, classic RPG, which I played a lot of, Fantasy and Bard's Tale and Might and Magic and Wizardry. But then Ultima 4 being the whole Quest of the Avatar thing, totally changing up the formula. That seemed to go super duper well. I'm going to have to see what, try and track down my PB, my gold split for that, and see if it, that might actually be another case of just late splitting, that I have a 7 on that. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. Almost forgot that again. Some people really like that change to it, though. Each game still felt close enough the same. It's not like he totally changed up the gameplay from game to game, at least not in the first few. And it was, again, different than Wizardry and Might and Magic and Bard's Tale that were all focused on, you know, first-person view exploration. Except in dungeons where it did go into that, but the overworld and towns, you know, you're all just moving on a block of blobs kind of thing. Definitely a not a lot of continuity there, but again, there are some people who are really into that different things. That is very true. I'm kind of a middle ground on that, because yeah, occasionally they come up with really cool things like Chronicles of the Sword, which only happen because of trying new things. I also think, though, that sometimes people do worship change a little bit too much. Like, if you have a system that works and is neat, you know, go for it, and you can tweak things a little from time to time. Like the Dark Souls series in general. If you're playing one of the Dark Souls games or one of its many spiritual successors and stuff, you know what you're going for, but that's why people like it. But oftentimes changing things up to be different just to be different can make things feel alien, so... Yeah.
Battle 4. Fight.
Oh my word, come on.
Battle 5. Fight.
Where are you going?
Alright, those fights then.
That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Alright. Okay, so not going to have chaos from there, so that's okay, good.
Decisive battle.
That was what I did last time that messed everything up. I forgot to move my 5 character until way too late. And so it changed the AI for these guys who normally defend against her. And they were all running around crazy. Or one of them at least. Which is more than enough to add extra time. Looks like this should be perfectly fine though.
Battle 2. Fight. Battle 3. Fight.
Yeah, the AI is being exceptionally cooperative for the most part.
Battle 4. Fight.
Just as long as the AI gives me a chance to set up all of my combos, I have this set up enough so everything goes incredibly well. It's just a matter of if they are attacking me first. I think one of the things that maybe I am doing slightly better that's affecting it is that I'm been coming out with a lot of my attacks instantly instead of, I think I hold them just slightly too long, which prompts the AI to be more aggressive in attacking. But with the moving Great Wall that I use to open with the Xianghua style so often, which usually knocks them down long enough to set up the infinite combo, I feel like I've just been pulling that off faster. I could potentially do that a little bit faster by moving them in quicker, but this will be fine. There are a lot of games that when they get really popular and people start tassing them, they find out a lot of things because they can manipulate based on frames and stuff in order to see just what they can do to the AI to cause them to take certain actions. And just from how I play this game, I know in general that everything that the AI does has to be scripted, but some of the scripts are affected by the minutest details of movement that they're difficult to figure out. If anybody would ever come and task this game and figure out some of those things, both in the field and in battle. In battle, I think, is a little bit more slightly random, but I'm fine. But they definitely react to what you do to a degree. And there is a possibility that just coming out with this attack immediately is causing the AI to be more cautious and allowing me a chance to kill them. So it might not be as much RNG as I claim it is in a lot of my runs. That's one of the big things about Kingdom Hearts that makes it a beloved speedrun, is that the AI patterns are all very, very consistent for the most part. There's very little... There is some RNG that the AI will choose between, you know, a couple of different patterns of the attacks they do, but a lot of them have some reliable ways of dealing with, even if you get an unfavorable pattern. And if you know how to manipulate their AI properly, you can beat the fights pretty easily, as long as you can consistently pull off the moves. Might be the case. I say, I wish that tassers would take an opportunity to look at fighting games to figure some of that stuff out. Whoops. Hilarious. Didn't intend to do that, but that worked super perfectly. Even with the save, that was a really awesome gold. That's incredible. Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of action RPGs. I haven't watched as many Dark Souls speedruns as Kingdom Hearts because I don't think it's as appealing aesthetically, both from a speed of combat perspective and from a, you know, just general atmosphere perspective. But from what I've seen of them, they do seem to follow a similar kind of pattern. There you go. You got the line out this time. Bloodborne, of course, being one of those Dark Souls spiritual successors. Alright, I did it that time. So that's one less fight, which means less experience, but oh well.
Decisive battle.
So now, depending on how these fights go, I could save another minute here.
A pathetic cur like you dares to take on this country, this king?
Battle 1. Fight.
after watching speedrunners and playing a little bit of Kingdom Hearts as well with stuff, I like... I've come to really appreciate reliability in it more than randomness. Randomness sounds fun, but the only way to deal with randomness often is to basically overpower it with stats in an RPG. Most of the places you find real randomness are in generic RPGs, and the way you beat those usually is by having specific strats or stats, either one or the other. But the way that they're able to manipulate AI in Kingdom Hearts speedruns to make the battles flow so wonderfully just feels a lot more appealing than knowing at things. And by comparison, see, one of the biggest ways to describe how that works is between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep that they changed. Bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2 have a revenge value, a hidden mechanic that they that actually is a stat that it's hidden, so you don't see it or know about it. But when bosses take damage, it goes up, and certain attacks add more revenge value. And when you hit a certain amount of revenge value, they will retaliate. And so by speedrunners carefully measuring out those revenge values are able to do enough hits to trigger the revenge and then deal with it because they know it's coming, with a defensive block, dodge, reflectability, something of the sort. While Kingdom Hearts BBS, Birth by Sleep, went the opposite way, and so its bosses are totally random. When they start taking combo damage, instead of having a revenge value that they will break out of at a certain point to stop your combos, they will just randomly break out of combos. And so it means that the way that you speedrun that game or reliably deal with bosses is not by doing any kind of real strategy. It's by finding powerful abilities that give you invincibility frames and just spamming those over and over because you're safe. Because if the AI breaks out in the middle of one of your other moves or combos, they'll just do damage to you and probably kill you because they're a lot stronger.
Battle 2. Fight.
Yep. And so they went away from the revenge value for several games and stuff, but in Kingdom Hearts 3, the DLC that added a whole bunch of super bosses, people were clamoring for the same kinds of super boss fights that were in Kingdom Hearts 2 that had this revenge value and all of that working, and so they designed the battles in pretty much the same way, and they're absolutely beautiful. And even me with my inferior skill and stuff was able to eventually beat all of the super bosses in that game despite their difficulty by memorizing and learning some of those patterns. And yes, sometimes with all that you can learn to totally cheese bosses, but for casual players, it adds... At the very beginning, you're not going to understand what those are, and so they're going to feel like RNG. And if you're good enough, you'll, be able to deal with them anyway. But once you start recognizing the patterns and learning them and dying time after time, eventually you'll see how those differences come in, and you'll be able to change that.
Final battle. Fight.
I must go. Excuse me.
To a degree, but if you do have the skill, then you can learn those tricks and patterns a lot quicker. Like if you've got really fast reaction time and good reflexes on hitting, block, and dodge and stuff, you might be fouled up because sometimes some of the attacks have to be dodge rolled rather than blocked, or vice versa. But Whoops. But if you are more skilled... Okay, I'm losing a slight amount of time there for messing that up, but that's okay. Alright, now we're on Ashito again. But at the same time, it does mean that even if you lack the skill, eventually you can beat it, and it's not just a totally insurmountable gate that you have to have high skill for. It's just the high skill people will get there quicker, which is really a kind of good concept as well. It's always worse to have a game gated behind, you know, if you just aren't good enough to play this game or beat it, that's an awful feeling.
Battle 2, fight.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. You ready? It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
That's pretty rare, but it's happened a couple of times in this Chronicle already. They will block the shoulder charge, but then get hit by the uppercut. Which, I always go to defensive when they block the charge, or get ready to charge again, if they don't look like they're, going forward. One time I managed a couple of hits. Yeah.
You should take better care of your life.
Yes, this is on PS2. When I actually speedrun, I pretty much always use PS2. Like, with our Soulcalibur community in general, we, or especially with the PS2 games specifically, PS2 emulation tends to load faster than the actual PS2. So in general, on the speedrun boards, the moderator set, most of the Soulcalibur stuff has emulator hidden by default kind of thing. Like, you can submit them, but they're not considered in the same league as regular ones. And I generally just prefer to play on regular hardware when I can.
Final battle, fight. Ring out.
I would probably get the sub 3 easily if I was playing on,
You never stood a chance.
if I was playing on emulator because of the load times. That adds up to a lot of minutes over the course of a 3-hour run. Good. All right. Made a couple of mistakes, a couple of not great fights, so I don't think this is going to be a gold, but this should be at least as good as my PB.
Decisive battle.
Possibly. It's not something that I've noticed. I've watched a lot of AI battles too. And my player 2 often seems to be the stronger one regardless of who's fighting. It might be variables hidden in RAM based on the
All right.
machine. I play on PC, so
Well, it's just as you see.
either console or possibly PC specs could change that those random seeds and variables.
And then rise to power during the resulting chaos. But because of your unexpected meddling, my plan is in ruins. You will pay dearly for this.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Yes, I usually do.
Looks like I got lucky.
If you don't do highest difficulty, the AI tends not to attack as much, which makes the battles a lot more annoying to watch. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to do slightly worse than my PB. My best is either another one of those, either all the fights were super awesome on my gold split here, or they were, it's just another one of those late split things. Regardless, that is not a big deal. Okay, time to challenge a very difficult gold split. But with Kunai on Kyosuke should be doable. Although he's only level 10.
Decisive battle.
Yeah, probably differences in PC specs change the outcome of those.
Battle 1. Fight.
Because mine always have a heavy bias. Although, interestingly, the first player does better in the first match, but after that, it's very heavily player 2 favored.
Who knows what'll happen next time?
Occasionally, and it's usually one-sided either way. On the, 1 out of 5 times, the player 1 will have a better day, and then they'll win almost every match. But most of the time, it ends up being player 2. Yeah, considering that I create characters the way I do, it could be that character creation has something to do with that seed. Or possibly the amount of time I let the game sit idle, how many times it can cycle through the opening, how many times I let it cycle through the opening cutscene while getting things ready on my computer. Yeah, all that stuff could have an effect on it. I actually didn't let it do any of that today, while I have been more recently. And so maybe that's what's affecting the AI. Okay.
You should really
Felt scary for a second.
that I must move on.
Thanks for giving me that thought. I'm going to need to test that on the next couple of runs I do. Not allow any of the intro stuff to play, and see if that helps with the earlier, more passive AI. Again, that's something that Tassers could investigate, and it's stuff that I know happens because of, Final Fantasy runs, especially the SNES Final Fantasy runs, 4 and 6. Especially, you can determine your random encounter seeds based on the amount of time you spend in the menu. and there are a couple of particular seeds, because random encounters are not, you have a such and such chance every time you take a step of getting an encounter, not in the Super Nintendo versions anyway. They have 256 seeds that mark 256 steps each, and you get a set, and they're all the same overall number of encounters, but you get certain encounters on certain steps on each seed. And of course, if you can't get encounters in those because you're in a place that doesn't give you encounters, then that encounter is skipped. And that's how they set up the beginning of Final Fantasy IV especially. There is one particular seed that will get you through to the first boss without getting a single random encounter, because of where, as long as you take all of your steps in the appropriate places. Equip Kunai Shitenso. Now back to Mikuni.
Decisive battle.
It's one of the things that makes it so I don't speedrun Final Fantasy IV and VI, because trying to set up those encounter seeds is, to me, it looks really annoying and a pain, especially in Final Fantasy VI, where you have to load a whole bunch of battles and do stuff in order to find the seed you're on. And you can go without those, but then you're totally at the mercy of RNG with the battles you fight. Just works so well.
I am the victor of this match.
Yeah, I know that a lot of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, especially, can be super manipulated on their AI very easily. I've seen speedruns of Fire Emblems, especially the GBA ones done, where the speedrunners are able to fully manipulate the AI so it's a script rather than a actual fight. Or an actual game, almost. You know exactly what's going to happen with which stats you get on level up, and what the AI is going to do, and whether you're going to get critical hits or not. It's really crazy. Haha, yeah. Yeah, I've seen those. My Fire Emblem is never a game that I've played, but it's one that my sister has become attached to.
Decisive battle.
And so because of that, when I started watching, speedruns, especially like the GDQ marathons and stuff, Fire Emblem comes up occasionally, more in RPG Limit Break, but it's been at GDQ a couple of times too, so I've watched those speedruns largely by Kirby Master, at least the first few years. They've been doing more different people recently, especially with Three Houses,
So
but
you've
those
come.
old ones, totally
This
manipulated.
time,
It's like, holy
will
cow.
not be like our previous encounters. See if you can defeat this sword.
Battle.
In my opinion, there's some of the best kind of runs for a GDQ, because they are, they're the kinds of things that you want to watch, like, maybe once, but seeing somebody manipulate the same outcome every time would get boring after a while. But just watching it and seeing them able to perfectly predict everything makes for a interesting one-off speedrun. Alright, about as good as I could hope for. Again, it's almost impossible to gold with the extra menu time I have to do to get that fight, versus the absolutely purely lucky perfect one I had, but, oh, it's gonna be close. Got a character. Didn't get... I did gold, just barely. Wow. That's awesome. Makes me feel even better then. Okay, let's see. Alright, you to 1, everybody else to 4. Darn it. The rest of the fights went just well enough. And that AG fight was really spectacular. I had almost all my health left after it was done. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. Where you going?
That does seem odd.
Final battle. Fight.
It's over. It's over.
Fight.
It's over.
Knockout.
I am the victor of this match.
Decisive battle.
Yeah.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 3. Fight.
Yeah, as a romantic fool myself, I always appreciate relationship interactions in games.
You should really give up. It was a decent match.
One of my favorite parts about Knights of the Old Republic and the initial part of Knights Star Wars The Old Republic MMO did very well with having character interaction with your followers. Okay, and
Battle 1. Fight.
yeah, that's a bit of a load of crock because it's the I don't think it's any different than, you know, enjoying romantic comedy movies and stuff and wanting to see that. And you know, women especially are infamous for getting emotionally attached to people in romantic comedies and wanting to see that and everything, but I wonder if that's still a bit of remaining gender stereotype that most men can't imagine that is a thing that they want to admit to enjoying or being invested in the, you know, a romantic attachment of other people.
Final battle. Fight.
But it all boils down to the same thing, you know. And
I must go. Excuse me.
you have a show or raunchy movie that has a like Game of Thrones had its sex scenes and stuff, and a lot of men were really into that too, but they won't admit to wanting to see the romantic aspect of it, kind of thing. It's just a lot of it all boils down to a lot of the same thing, but just certain people don't like certain formats or something. They're uncomfortable with it. Let's see. Actually, Ashito's the one I want to move forward, I think.
Final battle, fight.
It's over. Where you going with this?
Ring out.
That was
Yeah,
pathetic.
exactly.
Goodbye.
It's something that, it's one of those things that modern society is trying to do away with, that stigma of it, but it is still present, at least in certain elements. Okay, sorry, Ashito, you go all the way to here to start that fight. Oh, never got Michiko orders. That's a slight time loss. This is such a chaotic Chronicle, but the outcome here was actually really good, I think. 4 separate battles to take out everybody without spending a lot of time waiting for them to attack my strongholds. So if I can get my execution better, this is just about a, that's a gold split worthy thing, so... That was just about perfect AI manipulation. Alright.
Final battle, fight.
It's over. It's over. It's over. Where you going with this?
Ring out.
Uh-oh.
Fight.
It's over. That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Yeah. Okay, everybody's out. Good.
Battle 1, fight.
It's over. It's over.
Ring out.
Well, I think a related anecdote to something we often talk about, if they ever were to develop a Chronicles of the Sword standalone game, you could implement things like that. Since it's already, despite being real-time, got a very Fire Emblem feel to the combat missions. If they went the whole Fire Emblem relationship with the army units you command and recruit, they could add things. I was thinking about it earlier too with the cutscenes, that one of the things they could do is have a lot more intricate cutscenes with the characters and show a lot more to flesh out all the actual happenings in the story of backstabbings and betrayal. And you could also do a lot with character interactions in the standalone version of this. Because we good-naturedly make fun of the slightly goofy cutscenes here, but really enjoy them. But full cutscenes to flesh out, like what happens with a character like Demuth being betrayed by Chester and all that. You know, we've speculated with the dialogue that the way he almost seems to stagger at the beginning of the fight. Was he backstabbed but refused to die kind of thing? You'd actually see all that with proper development of real cutscenes.
Decisive battle.
Yeah.
So, you've come. Worthless servant of Strife, you shall pay with your blood.
For daring to defy me!
Battle 1. Fight.
Come on, Aurelia. There we go. Aurelia down now. 3 hit the final boss of Dalkia.
I'm sorry, but I must move on.
So overall, roughly average split, yeah. And I did some pretty terrible menuing in it. If I knew what was coming and was better prepared for that, this would be a few seconds faster. Yeah. Doing this wrong. A lot of dialogue, which was okay, but yeah, they're only like, golly, it's been so long since I've seen them, I can't fully remember, but they're only like 3 total ones. There's the Geralt one, there was like 2 with Aswell, and that's about it, I think. Something like that. They didn't even give us a cutscene about how we absorb the power of the fissure. This is a major thing we do throughout the entirety of the game, and we never see what it looks like.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
I was a bit slow there. Luckily, didn't take advantage of it.
Sorry, but I must move on.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I got lucky.
Final battle. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going? Yes.
Ring out.
I am the victor of this match.
And to the end.
Decisive battle.
Okay, time to see if Brunhild is going to be kind.
Battle 1. Fight.
Stay down! This is your end. Stay down!
Very kind.
It looks like I got lucky.
I agree. I got lucky. I was expecting to lose a couple more seconds on that wonderful gold split, but that fight was very wonderful. Whoops. Blast. Forgot that I don't get 5 characters. Got too excited.
Farewell, good luck. Please come again.
Decisive battle.
That is very true. It's like every other Chronicle has been perfect. It's pretty funny.
Battle 1. Fight. 3, 2, 1.
I'm definitely going to lose a few seconds here because of this fight. Normally I kill before they, oh my word. Really throw myself off.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
I usually win that fight before the quake goes off. But I messed that one up. Boss in Mook clothing. Came dangerously close to even losing that fight, which is really crazy. Actually, it's not worth the time waste of waiting the entire time. She actually has come closest to killing my main character of anyone there. Were some of them attacking my main character instead of Kyosuke? That's weird. Usually it's only the first person in line that they will attack. Because my health wasn't that low at the end of the fight. Yeesh.
It's over. Where you going?
To have gone this far without a death still is pretty amazing.
2. Fight.
Where you going? Where you going? Get out of my way!
Battle 3. Fight.
It's over. Where you going?
Battle 4. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going?
Ring out. Battle 5. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going? It's over. It's over. It's over. That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Yeah. I'm not sure which is worse to attract. The bots you get because you don't have a lot of viewers, or the bots you get because you do. You stream a lot, but you don't get a lot of views. That must mean that you want to be famous, buy followers and things. The worst part is you don't even earn money because you have to pay for the views and followers. So it's all about just attracting the attention. Okay, definitely need to pull back my main character because that's way too dangerous of a final battle. Even with such a weak enemy, one hit could potentially kill me with her low defense.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Where are you going? That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Yeah, that one's really rough for a number of reasons, but still doing extremely well here. All the way to the end. All the way to the end. Wait for this one enemy to show up.
battle, fight.
You're up! How's that? You're over! It's over! That was a pretty good warm-up fight.
I am going to do another stream after my break, yes. If this ends up being a really good PB, I'll probably go ahead and do an SC %. And de-rust that category a little. Take care and hope to see you back later. Alright, now I deal with these two cavalry, and that's the last fight in this Chronicle until we take on Gerardo. Glad you've enjoyed it. As always, I've had a good time talking with you. And as you can see, you don't always sabotage things that much.
Battle 1, fight. Ring out. Fight. Final battle, fight.
Yeah, you too. It's already out. Slightly delayed that with that, but oh well.
You can't stop me.
She should be the first one Gerardo fights at level 12. And if I needed more XP, I could probably fight Yoshimitsu here as well. That's another place I could milk some EXP if Chronicle 20 is a little rough. If I do too much extra battles like that, it loses the time I save by skipping all the rest.
Decisive battle.
Alright, can I complete this fight and cutscene in less than 3.5 minutes to gold this? Darn.
So you've come.
Battle 1.
Chose the wrong character again.
This is your end. This is your end. This is your end. This is your end. This is your end.
Ring out.
It can't.
Please put my kunai character next.
Battle
Good.
2. Fight.
The easiest way to describe Guardian Force is simply as super armor. That's what they call it in most other games, when enemies, especially in games that potentially flinch when
Fight.
there's no flinching.
You can't stop me.
You can tell the run's going well, though, when my first death is to Gerardo.
But you do not yet know where to direct that power. Right now, your strength is controlled by others. Think for a moment. For whom do you wield your power? For what purpose? And against whom? You must learn to control that strength yourself. Otherwise, you will never become a true warrior.
I saved a little bit of time over making a second player kunai. Because I would have done it to character 4, and it was character 3 who was in this battle for some reason. Really makes me wonder what the criteria are, because it never chooses the first or second character as long as the second character has a larger share of levels in EXP. But while it's usually the weakest, it hasn't been the last 2 times. Although it went to the weakest second both times. So it does prioritize weaker enemies, but not the absolute weakest, because she was 12. The other 2 were 14. Last time when I did it, both characters 4 and 5 were 14. So I thought that character,
Battle 1.
5 being lower level period would mean definitely go first, but still didn't.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 3. Fight.
You should really give up. It looks like I got lucky.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
Ah. It was going so well for such a long time.
You should really give up. It looks like I got lucky.
Now the AI is suddenly getting strong in the places I really don't want them to.
Decisive battle.
Okay, please cooperate next couple of fights.
Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Okay, that was the way a generic should be.
Battle 2. Fight.
Okay.
It was a decent match.
Yeah, I think I am not going to risk that with the way separate works on them. Darn, I messed up. Went too early. Tried to save a little bit of time. Probably a bad time to be experimenting. Oh well.
Battle 1. Fight. Ring out. Fight. Ring out. Battle 2. Fight. Ring out. Fight. Knockout.
Looks like I won this fight.
Oh well, means a little more experience. Just a little bit of a waste of time. As long as the last few fights go okay, it's not going to make that much of a difference, though. Mikuni is low enough, I'm going to spare her a probable death.
Decisive battle.
Is she still attacking it anyway? Did I not pull her back far enough? Hard to tell.
Battle
Nope,
1.
I did. Good.
Fight.
If you pull them back, like, at all, it tends to work. Come on, you have a... No!
Ring out.
Ah, stupid separate since I got behind her. She had a weapon that would allow ring outs. There we go. It doesn't always work, of course, but makes it a lot harder to ring people out.
Battle 2. Fight!
Where are you going? It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Where are you going? It's over. It's over.
Okay.
You should take better care of your life.
Okay, the whopping 55 seconds it takes to bring this down. Probably going to lose a little bit of time on this then. Not too surprising. I think I avoided that fight in my PB, so... Next Chronicle is going to be a key one. If I don't suffer any deaths, though, I should still be nicely ahead of PB and well within sight of the sub 3. Chronicle 18, I can still save a lot of time, too, if the Emulatrix works as well as it did before.
Decisive battle.
Chronicle 18 is my last real time save.
Battle 1. Fight!
You should really get... I'm sorry, but I must move on.
Okay, she's already at level 40, which is good. Okay, lost 20 seconds there, which is annoying, but not terrible. Come on, no death. Being 14, 17. Hopefully just a half an hour from finishing the game.
Decisive battle.
Well, 35 minutes. Half an hour would be an incredible goal.
Battle 1. Fight!
Okay, good start.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up. It was a decent match.
42, so about 6 more levels to hit the safe threshold with her. When they use more than one Soulcalibur character, the ones they mix together are an interesting blend of make sense and why. For the most part, they make sense. Tira and Sophitia, for example, Tira is established very early on as Sophitia's new rival because she wants to use her children as vessels, new vessels for Soul Edge.
Decisive battle.
Her daughter, more specifically, as we learn from later games. The one that doesn't make sense was the last one, Chronicle 16, with Sosul'Amel, Talim, and Yun Song. Talim and Yun Song together, of course, makes sense, but of all the people Sosul'Amel could be put with, why those two? They're like two of the least significant to him.
Ring out. Fight.
Okay, good enough.
It looks like I won today, but who knows what'll happen next time.
No death to Tira, so the last fight generally is pretty good. Which should at least get me enough time saved to put me back over a 2-minute, which feels comfortable. Especially considering that 18 I can save a lot of time on. Even if 19 and 20 are going to be hard to save time on. All right. That's 66, 67 hits. 20, 45. So yeah, they shouldn't take any more strongholds. Oh, 2 on this one. They'll take that one. Then 2, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
How did that hit? Okay, got him now. Except I didn't do the spin fast enough there, so he's able to stand up and block. Doing the wrong thing. Come on. Alright.
You should really give up.
Getting a bit antsy.
It looks like I
Let
won
that
today,
fight drag
but
on
who
longer
knows
than it
what'll
should
happen
have.
next time.
Which means I'm not going to gold here, but this load time is still going to put me over 4 minutes, or over 2 minutes ahead quite easily. Almost 2.5, excellent. And 2.
Final battle. Fight. Ring out. Fight. Knockout.
That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Alright, take these 3 out. Haven't gotten any golds in a while, but it's been continuing the trend of quite a good
Battle 1. Fight.
gain back good time every other one. Lose a little time, gain some time. Lose a little time, gain some time.
Battle 2. Fight.
Of course, I should gain a lot of time here, which will upset the cycle. Come on, you should be going off the edge. Not cooperating. This is turning into a bad fight. That should have ended about 20 seconds sooner.
Final battle. Fight.
There we go.
Ring out.
This is your
That fight went very well, though.
I am the victor of this match.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going?
Knockout. Battle 2. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going?
Ring out.
I am the victor of this match.
Yeah, a lot less, so I don't need to worry about it. Oh, that's right, less than I thought. It's not 20, it's 16. It's a small difference. They won't reach me though, especially since I'll be pulling my guys back. But at the same time to build it up so they wouldn't get it. Is it less time to build or less time for it to be taken down? Because it's very, very narrow.
Decisive battle.
A single fortify would prevent that from falling before I get this.
I will not lose against a traitor, even if it is you.
Battle 1. Fight.
Good, 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 good. And now to kill myself.
Battle 2. Fight.
Wasted a few seconds there. Perfect.
What? Impossible!
Yep, that'll be more than a minute. Saved. Just barely a minute saved. Okay. Still a gold. Very excellent gold. Oh, ironically, she probably isn't even going to fight until then. I could leave the kunai on her until this Chronicle, actually. That would save a little bit of time, because I never did switch it back, actually. I switched over to it again because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to use her. But if I just rely on using her for Abelia as well, I never have to swap it back. That's an idea. That's another several second free time save. What levels are we at? 27, 19, 20, 22. Yeah, about as expected. Michiko is the one who's going to get the extra fight. Alright, can Mikuni gain at least 4 levels during this Chronicle? I think she can. I have 3 guaranteed fights for her, and then I'll have her fight Chester, and that should be enough to get her 4th level.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight!
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight!
Scream in agony.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
Up to 46. That's what I wanted. I was afraid that she was a little bit ahead of the pack, so I was afraid she'd start attacking that building before the person was able to come out, which would not be good.
What? Final battle. Fight.
Not the best fight, but I'll take it. Getting a lot of perfect ring outs would, of course, save a lot of time as well if you could do it. But with over 100 battles in the Chronicle, probably close to 200. Not exactly easy to do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and have Ashito take those fights. That's fine. Get him a little bit more EXP because he's the lowest now. Let's go to Michiko so I can R1 to Ashito immediately as soon as the battle's over.
Battle.
Barely more than halfway through the Chronicle. It takes so long to take down the main stronghold here.
Battle 1. Fight.
There we go. Not bad.
I'm sorry, but I must move on.
Ring out just about made up for the hits that I took beforehand.
Final battle. Fight.
It's over. It's over. Where are you going? I am the victor of this match.
Nice thing about these nobody generics is they're actually worth a decent amount of EXP. Though, of course, not as much as the bosses like Chester. Nope, nope. Need to wait.
Battle 1. Fight.
It's over. Where are you going?
Ring out. Fight.
It's over.
Final battle. Fight.
It's over. It's over.
Ring out.
Oh my.
Fight.
It's over. That was pathetic. Goodbye.
Of course, taking this down does go a little slower since I only have 4 units hitting it instead of 5. If I have 5, it would take 50 seconds. Since I only have 4 at 16, that's 62. So that's a 12-second difference that I lose. However, considering it's 15 to load in a fight, call it 10 to do a fight, 10 more to load out of a fight, I'm still saving 27 seconds over, is that correct? No, 23 seconds over just attacking with everyone and then taking the battle from... It would actually be 2 of them, though, so that would slightly increase the time even more. Call it 15 to 20 seconds for the fight. At that point, you're looking at 43 seconds or more saved overtaking the battle. Yukini is 47. She'll definitely make 48 off of Chester.
Decisive battle. Battle 1. Fight.
You should really give up.
Battle 2. Fight.
You should really give up. I'm sorry, but I must move on.
And almost 49. Okay, so I should be more than strong enough to to not suffer any deaths on this Chronicle 20 as long as I play it smart. And yeah, I lost a tiny amount of time here because the battles weren't perfect, but... haven't done that yet. Everybody's pretty balanced in level 2, which is really, really good, I think. Better than having one person much higher than everyone else. Level up for the main character. I used to be upset about that, but right now, every level up is further guarantee that she isn't going to die, which is the biggest way I can lose time on this. There's 50 for Mikuni. And I'm only taking 5 damage a hit, so this will be a fight I will survive. Okay, looks like Michiko is the one taking these hits, and it's pretty bad. She might end up dying here, which is slightly slow. Yep. Bit unfortunate. Mostly because it just slows down this fight a little bit, but boy, Ashido's gained a lot of levels there. Of course, he's taking the brunt of this action now. So he's going to be secondary. Isane, who escaped unscathed, is going to be the first one, and hopefully the only one I need. And again, losing any characters was not a problem I had on my older routes where I fought a lot of guys, but I have managed to erase so many battles from my repertoire that the EXP is no longer guaranteed to be fine for this final section, final battle.
Final battle, fight!
You're open.
This is over.
How's that? You're open. How's that? You're up. How's that? How's that?
Nice.
Fight!
You're up.
258.21. There it is. Yes, sub 3 finally. Finally. And yeah, so I lost about 30-ish seconds because of one character dying, but it really isn't all that much. I still got sub 6 on Chronicle 20, which is pretty good. And I've now gotten good enough where I can reliably use almost any level katana wielder to get through this. Whew, feels so good. Alright, so the beginning was just fine. I managed to do excellent execution and fights for the first time in a while, so that was why I was able to gold so easily. Chronicle 6 is pretty optimized, really. 7 got a gold again from just all my strats working, the fights working perfectly. 8 was relatively average, which is fine. Lost a little bit of time on 10 because of mostly just poor execution with my commands. Otherwise, that seems to be reliable-ish now, if I do what I did there. Chronicle 12. Lost a little bit of time there. Nope, that's the one I was thinking of for 10. 10 was mostly just probably fight luck. So 12 was a little bit of bad thing. Animatronic statue we have to take note of. We love our animatronic statue with moving hand. Chronicle 14, I really messed up in. I accidentally entered the shop. I allowed the first battle to drag on way too long, nearly got my main character killed. Chronicle 16, I messed up and fought an extra fight I shouldn't have, although it did give me some good EXP heading into the final. But then 17, 18 went well. 19 is just, I had a really perfect on my PB, so that one's going to be hard to beat, but only lost a little time here and there. It was because I lost a character, which is kind of hard to avoid now with my minimal EXP route. But there are only 2 Chronicles that were really kind of bad. 14 and 16. All the rest were at least, you know, decent enough, whatever. Those are the only ones where I lost more than like 7 seconds from where I was. Well, in the final 2, 13. Okay, more than 13 seconds. Those 2, it's just, they're very long Chronicles with a lot of battles, so it's execution-ish based. And again, the last one, hard to avoid. But that 228, 258.21, very, very nice. That's probably going to be it for normal any percent for a little while. Ugh. It feels so good to finally get that after chasing it for really a couple of years now. So that's going to be this morning's stream. Going to be coming back after a break, and we'll try to de-rust SC percent and see how well I remember that. Alright.